Start recording, start streaming. Let's see if we are live here. Check one, check two. Let's see what we got going on here. Owen Benjamin is streaming. Hi, everybody. What's going down? I'm here with The Internet is Becoming Reality. I'm sitting next to my friend, made by Jim Bob. He's a genius. It's been awesome having him here. Do you, have you been enjoying your time here?
I love it. It's just gorgeous beyond words.
Want to tell the people about the eggs?
Oh yeah, the eggs this morning. Well, Amy made some gorgeous, beautiful eggs. The best eggs I've ever had. But earlier this morning, I was just kind of wandering around the farm, and I looked into the chicken coop, and there were two boys in there, just collecting eggs on their own in their
Human
little work.
boys?
Yep. Walter and Charlie were in there filling up large baskets. I think they got like maybe 40 eggs or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absurd, the level of production on this land.
It's wild, man. And so, and we've been putting them to work at Ursa Rio. It's been a blast. You got to witness a little media drama.
Yeah, there's some media drama.
We're
We'll
going to talk
probably
about
go
that.
over there.
And Kyneton's here. He's putting together his workstation over there. So if you want to super chat us, it's entropystream.com/app/Owen Benjamin Comedy. COD will be able to deliver puns off screen. All right, legends are live. Hi, folks. Hi, everybody. Hi. We got a thing going. First off, I may have to retract what I said about the V injections. Turns out I might have been completely wrong.
Oh, man.
Here is testimony that it's going just fine. This is from a somewhat known actress out there in La La Land where me and Jim Bob used to reside. So here's a little update on what's going down with that.
So this is my half face after reading all of your beautiful, beautiful messages.
Yeah.
Thank you. Obviously, tear ducts work in both eyes.
Whoa,
with
that's
palsy,
impressive.
which is good because, as you can see, blinking does
Gives a
not
whole new
automatically
meaning to winking.
happen on the left side.
Yeah, she's always winking.
So these are all fun facts that I'm learning and I'll share with everyone. Yeah, I'll show you my eye patch next. It's fun.
Okay, so that's health. And so I get it. I think a lot of people should take this thing.
That means it's working.
Speaking of someone who should definitely take that is we had a little bit of a media blitz against the Bear. A former Hollywood comic now living in Sandpoint is allegedly, look, dude, I am the allegedly guy, offering his quote-unquote bears or fans of his outright blog, I don't have a blog, who quote-unquote donate, how's that in quotes, $400 the use of Boundary County property recently purchased on Earl Lane for paramilitary style training. It's drawing sharp concerns. Okay, so if you read the article, it's comical if it wasn't so insane. One of the lines is he said, Benjamin has 5,000 white supremacists doing paramilitary training as he builds his castle. Don't get me wrong, a castle will be built, but it's nothing like that. And so the good news is we've been filming this whole thing as a documentary, so it's a great plot point. They deleted that, by the way, off Facebook, which they should, because my wife wrote something amazing. She wrote, "Hi, I'm Owen's wife, who this article is about. We got this land so that our friends and family can have a place to get married." Hey, Charlie. A retreat for a vacation. Please don't pass this slanderous misinformation around as my husband has been dragged through the mud for years now by random internet hatred. It is not a paramilitary style training place. That's absurd. So the Kootenai Valley Times creates a false binary and says, I would appreciate the chance to write your side of the story. If interested, please PM me or email Mike at ktv.news. Mike Wieland. Okay, there is no other side of the story. It's the truth and then not the truth. And so then Amy responded to that by saying, instead of engaging this nonsense, why don't you try to inform your readers about how to build up their land and prepare for the upcoming struggles ahead with supply chain issues and food shortages? You're only discrediting the media further by doing this clickbait type of article. There's going to be real struggle ahead. for all of America, and you have a platform to truly help others use it. Okay, so we know a lot more than a lot of people know about how the media works because we've been attacked by it for so long. There's a very small amount of people doing this. And so this is the guy, hang on a second, that's Mike Wieland, and he's alleged to be a pro-pedophile guy. He has Antifa stuff posted on his Facebook. He's at least pedophile adjacent, allegedly. My sources say. And so we sent our documentary guys to his office. Turns out his office is just his house, and he's just a wheelchair guy. No offense to Paraplegic Bear. I have nothing against my wheelchair brothers and sisters out there. But he's nothing. He's a fear porn, probably sex porn addict, 100%. And he just wants to scare people. One of the lines in it was, one of the neighbors from the 82nd Airborne from Vietnam says that Benjamin offers a clear and present danger. Okay, that's not at all true. We know the neighbor, he's great. And he's just quoting a Harrison Ford movie from his wheelchair, allegedly, could it be? No one talks like that. And so the good news is the build has been going awesome. Can I tell the people about the build?
Yeah, if you came up on the land and you would not see paramilitary training, you'd see a bunch of guys taking a break from working really hard and eating barbecue lamb, overlooking a nice river while some people fish. But the build is awesome. It's they got a couple plots cut out. What was his name?
Excavator Bear.
Excavator Bear he literally drove an excavator
from California
to be fully consistent with his bear name, from California, and basically cleared out a bunch of space and flattened it out so that we can actually dig some footer and some trenches to pour the foundations.
Yeah, and we had to because it was all raw forest, and we have cleared a tremendous amount and done a lot of infrastructure by the river to set up a great barbecue spot, fire spot, fishing spot. It's really incredible, and the people that came up to help have just been wonderful. And so there's other media articles, and it's interesting because I think we kind of got to the bottom why we do represent such a clear and present danger. Because where Excavator Bear came from, the Mexicans have totally taken over. It's 100% Mexican. They're waving Mexican flags. It's over. It's run by the cartels, and so he's moving his family up here to be around more of his culture. And the reason a lot of these leftist, quote unquote, their left-right paradigm's just a dying gay bird. No one even cares. I'm not even right-wing. I mean, I align with a lot of right-wing stuff, but I'm also into organic food, and I'm anti-V, and I don't think I don't think the free market is going to save us all. So it's you can't even label me right-wing. It's just nonsense. But because what they've established is they're restarting the slave trade heavily. And so they take a bunch of illegal Mexicans, not illegal, just desperate, whatever you want to call them, and they use vans, and they van them all around, and they undercut the area with this slave labor force that they don't have to pay. So our message is, have a huge family, do mow your own lawns, grow your own food, and you're cool. We don't pose any violent threat at all. It's the thing about the Mexicans in California is they won fair and square, and I get it. That's why we preach what we preach. It's you got to have a lot of kids and get them to work, because if not, another culture may win. And so that's why it's not a violent time at all. And I see this as all just a huge opportunity where we can, and just to make the pedophile guy in the wheelchair feel a little better about us, alleged pedophile. I learned that if you say alleged, you can say anything about anyone. Is we're not a threat to the system. In fact, we're taking some of the burden off the system. And so it's when you grow your own food and have your own family and your own workforce with your kids and your own neighbors and all that, your own friends, your own ability to protect yourself. It's so beautiful. And so I think some of these people have been getting really scared because we're probably right. And the implications of that are pretty crazy. What do you think, Jim Bob?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more to say about it. That's exactly what's going on. And I mean, you got to, if you don't build anything worth protecting, you won't know when to protect anything because you're just
Exactly.
a part of a
Exactly, dude.
consumption train. So it's like, you know, and then what you end up protecting is the thing that's feeding you, which is just another debt cycle and, you know, a supply chain that's dominated by a system that you can't even tell the difference between the corporate and the government anymore. And so, you know, that's not, again, like you said, that's not actually a threat directly to that system.
No.
It's like you just go off of it, you know, and they try to keep you back in, and that's why they try to, like, you know, they try to categorize Owen or anyone else in a similar scenario where, like, in a locked in political binary, and that's the only way you can attack. But that's like looking at the war map and being like, you're wearing this jersey, and you're like, what? No, I just carried up some logs.
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
what? No, you're right wing, and you're like, nah, not really. Like,
Yeah, and our documentary guys are one's Hispanic and the other's Thai. Great dudes, American. Like, they're not the threat. They're wonderful people. That's why the Bears really aren't an ideological or racial thing. It's like we're holding on to Western civilization, Christendom, morality, all this good stuff. But it's not. If you're like a good person, it's great. It's just we're not in the exploitation of labor business, which is why they're actually feeling threatened. But anyway, so that's why we're sending our documentary guys to all these quote unquote reporters, these just like disgusting little animals. Like, this is the guy. Like, this is literally the editor of that newspaper. I mean, that's the thing of nightmares. And so in his Kootenai whatever Times alleged newspapers out of his house, and it's just filled with wheelchair ramps. And you know he's a porn addict, allegedly. You know he's a fear addict, and he wants to scare people. He literally was saying that I have a Aryan Nation. Dude, the problem, much love to my Aryan Nation friends out there, but I think I'm going to be disappointing them too as well, because you can't get it right. Because I'm probably going to attract people like, finally, we're going to get real excited about our skin. And I'm going to be like, no, I know that there's a lot of whites here and we're doing a lot of great stuff, but, you know, that's not our... And so everyone's going to be disappointed. But I can't remember what I was talking about. Do you remember? Everybody's crushing. Oh, here's something interesting. Turpentine is an antidote to nanobots. So remember when I was shamed about turpentine? Just letting you know. Just throwing that out there. What's bowl? Oh, this is really funny.
I have to do a review.
Watch this.
Hey, Jim Bob, guess what kind of sheets you're sleeping on tonight?
What?
Go ahead, Amy, tell.
No.
You got text me the everything?
Gotcha, Jim Bob. I win.
They were a present. We did not buy them promo code.
That's.
They were
so
probably
it's-
sold.
I mean,
they
they're
were
going to
probably
be very
sent
warm
from,
and expensive. Huh? That's awesome.
They were probably sent from Ben Shapiro anonymously.
Yeah, Ben's like, put on the shades.
I will get Jim Bob to sleep on those sheets.
Promo code Ben. The free market will save your sleep.
They felt pretty good though.
Did they feel good? What's your
Yeah.
review on Bolden Branch?
But it felt icky. It felt good but icky. It felt like some sort of like trap. It was like, oh, you like them, don't you? Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Did you dream of Shapiro like all night? It was
no.
like one Shapiro. It's like you're counting Shapiros instead of sheep.
No. I woke up a couple times and it wasn't like, are there bugs in here? It was more like, oh, these are Bowl and Branch.
Yeah, they're pretty gross. All right, so check this out. This is Cod doing one of his classic puns live. This was yesterday.
Dude, there's a lot of wood.
Dude, that's an enormous amount of wood. That's what she said.
Nice one, Cod.
Oh, Jesus.
Piece of shit. So, by the way, if you ever want to set this story straight, and you guys handled it wonderfully, it's probably why they deleted it off Facebook. If you ever want to set this story, if you're upset at how the media portrays us and my family and what we're doing, because it's so nakedly ridiculous, like, just say the truth with love. I know it can be hard. I know that me and you have both faced, like, wanting to, like, hurt people that are lying.
Oh yeah.
But don't do that. Just inform them what we really are. And in the comment section, your voice matters a lot. Don't be sarcastic. You know, don't be like, yeah, the white supremacy camp can't wait to go string up a bee. Don't do that. Because it's like sarcasm. I've said stuff sarcastically that they've quoted forever, and it'll always follow me. It's like, sarcasm is a way to not stand up for I've done it. I'm not criticizing, but like, just comment back with love. You know, don't do like scary stuff. That's their world. You don't want to get in the scary, spooky world, but because just the truth is what scares them the most. So when my guys like went to his house to interview him for the documentary, like that's the scariest thing that they could ever have is the truth, where it's like, oh, your office is your house. It looks like a HUD house with your little wheelchair where you just like write lies about people all day long. You know, the best truth is my wife saying, why aren't you informing your audience anything helpful?
Right.
Are you telling scary stories around a campfire? They really are like little kids in a tree fort, just like, so then the white supremacist had a hook for a hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always, and also make them define what they're saying. Say, what is white supremacy? And then say, what do you mean by cult? They called me a cult leader, white supremacist, Aryan Nation, 5,000 paramilitary, like crazy,
They
you
got
know?
the castle right.
They did get the castle right, but that's circa 2030.
Yeah, the difference is that reaction. The reaction. The reason that coming back with truth is that it's always authentic. Whereas a reaction, like if you're in a reaction, it's actually not authentic because you're reacting to some weird fear that you know, like, oh my God, they're gonna cut me off. They're gonna stop us from doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so you're actually reacting to a lie, and they posed what the initial trigger was, and so they try to actually get you to lie to yourself.
Exactly.
And that's how the ping pong
Exactly.
goes, you know?
Dude, how funny would a character be the guy who obviously his only fear is losing his dick? Where he's like, oh man, they're coming. It's like, oh, it'll be okay. We have all the permits. Everyone's like, they're going to get my dick.
Everyone's like, what?
Everyone's like, dude, how's that even on the table? It's like,
it's possible.
and that, dude, because we're talking about how evil, Satan, the reality generation machine is what Quantum of Conscience calls it. The ego is what one of my buddies who's a vet calls it. But it's like, it keeps trying to manifest your worst fears. And that's one of my friends is a vet, has been doing ayahuasca treatments. And basically it just like scares the shit out of him for like 10 hours, like until he submits and says, this isn't real. And this is helping a lot of vets because a lot of like highly motivated, highly like protocol, and I'm not recommending quote unquote drugs, but it doesn't to me, like I have no interest in doing like hardcore or anything right now or anything, but like, it doesn't sound recreational at all. And the way he described it was interesting where it's like, a lot of these vets are motivated all day by their strong ego that kept them alive during war, where it's like faster, stronger. What is that light blinking? Why is this happening? Like their PTSD is more like that. It's more like you feel like you have a demon on your head just like making you go all the time. And so they take this plant and their fears get crazy. Like whatever they're really scared of, it comes out. And then they get to bliss when they say none of that is real. And you can do that without drugs at all. Like the whole goal is to do it with meditation, prayer, where it's like, you know, what are your fears and are you manifesting them? And you see that a lot when you get a media attack like we get all the time. It's like so easy to be like, oh, this is going to get picked up at the New York Times. And then the FBI is going to raid it. And then someone's going to chop my dick off.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, where is this really coming from? And it's always coming from inside, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Like what our neighbor is actually cool. Nothing like in the article is like, watch out for moose and bear. He sounds a little like American Indian, which is pretty cool. Like kind of like coyote say. And he's like, I go, what should I be the most worried about? He's like, moose. He's like, the moose kill like 9 people a year. And I go, have you ever seen a moose? He goes, I've been walked off my property many times by moose. And I'm like, so what do you do? He goes, I talk to it. He goes, I talk to the moose. So that's the thing. It's like if you kind of give a vibe that you're not afraid, you don't trigger a response in predatory animals. And moose, I guess, are the most badass animals.
Yeah. Well, it was like when we were leaving the property, we were coming down a hill, and one of the neighbors was this older woman with a dog who didn't have a leash on the dog, and she was very frightened. She thought the truck was going to keep coming and run her over, and she was even yelling a little bit and, very flustered. And then, once she got out of the road, that could have been, if we responded with like, oh, you idiot,
No, we just waved.
We just were like, hi,
Hey, everybody.
hey, how's it going? And she was like, thank you.
Oh, totally.
And then I was like, oh, she was like, and you basically said right away, you're like, yeah, people who are really afraid are just so weak. But the thing is, you can respond to afraid people in a totally different way. Even though my gut reaction is eliminate. Like
he's joking. Hey,
Oh,
hey, media, he's
hey,
joking.
KT, yeah, whatever.
Hey, KT Kootenai wheelchair pedophilia guy.
It's a joke.
Alleged.
Yeah, if you get angry, like, and I've had that with other, if someone gets frightened, I get alarmed and I react with like some sort of like irritation because I'm like, you scared me. Like, you're scared. Now I'm scared. Why are you scaring me? Like that chain reaction. But if you just stop that in its tracks, like, people actually want to not be scared.
Yeah,
they actually
yeah.
want to not be scared, and so you can give them that even if you're annoyed at them, at their weakness,
Yeah, like, look at them as little kids in adult bodies.
Right.
Where it's helped me tremendously because I get so much of this that, like, it really isn't anything. It's like, they're going to build a bear army in a tree fort that I'm not allowed in. I'm like, hey, man, it's going to be fine. They can't do anything.
Right.
And so they're always just trying to divide a community, make a community turn on itself, get people so greedy that they hire vans of slave labor. That's what these quote unquote human rights people are all about. They're like doing, what's it called where you send out scouts? They're like doing scouting missions to like set narratives for slavery, where they're like, everyone's equal, everyone's the same. And so that way, when you have busloads of Mexicans that get paid in like heroin, no one says anything because they're so scared. It's like, we got a Mexican with us. And I'm not using that as like a badge of honor. I don't care what the hell people are. He's one of the hardest working dudes ever. He's like a loved guy on the site. Andy's a legend. He's in the medical field, tons of gravy, legend. Been a bear forever. Working all day, just crushing, family guy, tons of brothers and sisters, gets it. Totally feels more comfortable around guys like us because this is the irony, guys. What's going to take down the Mexicans is victim consciousness. So right now we have victim consciousness on the American natives like us, not Native American, whatever. And so that way you can bust in slaves, pay them in heroin, get these like wheelchair bound pedos to like write nasty articles, so alleged pedophilia, to write nasty articles so that people like cuck. And then, but see, this is when it gets weird. The thing that makes the Mexicans strong, which is large families, strong work ethic, grit. I know that's a baby boomer term, but for real. Dude, Andy was telling me, he's like, man, like, now victim consciousness is infecting everybody. Because he's not a victim. He's like, a lot of the Mexicans are becoming like white people. They're becoming homogenized. They're whitewashed, where it's like, like, when you victimize yourself, you have one kid, maybe, you like don't work anymore, you want free money from white people. It's like, it ruins their culture. And so that's one reason why being North is good, because a lot of those guys don't like the cold. All right, let's read some super chats here. What do we got? Kyneton Bear? 1 second. Are people digging the stream cod? Yeah. And what do we got here? Someone sent me a document. I'm always getting documents. What's that say? Won't open. All right. Cod sent some super chats here. Oh, dude, someone wrote something hilarious. It says, when I hear I can allegedly get right-wing paramilitary training for only $400, take my money. That's the funniest part, is the comments are like, this is great. And like all the shills, like there's this, there's some of these like really crazy people in there like, oh no, I've watched every single one of his streams just so I can get to the bottom of it. And he's evil and he's bad. But most of the people are like, dude, sign me up. Where can I donate $400? And this one comment was like, dude, like a lot of them were like, I know this family. They're nothing like you just described, you wheelchair-bound alleged pedophile. All right, what is the verdict on the rich people sheets?
Well,
You got to do it as Ben Shapiro.
I mean, these are, if you're going to sleep on anything, you got to sleep on something that a rich person would sleep on. I mean, that's the bottom line. It doesn't matter if they're actually good sheets or not, or actually, feel good or anything like that. It doesn't even matter if you get a good night's sleep. It's just that you wake up feeling superior to other people.
Have you slept a full 8 hours in a while, Ben Shapiro?
No, I've definitely not slept probably 8 hours since I was a child, and I don't remember when that stopped, but I'm assuming it was some form of trauma.
Dear Big Bear, here's a tip. Here's a tip for you and Cod. I know you're super busy building Beartario, so get back at it. Happy belated birthday, Lupus Bear. Thank you, Lupus Bear 702. Happy belated, BB. Looking forward to seeing the updates on the work you're all doing right now. I finally have a week off from 70-hour work weeks and can't seem to sit down for more than 5 minutes, but hope to catch you live. You're right about downtime. There's something to be done. Thanks for being a constant inspiration. Keep crushing. Why, thank you, MN Trucker Bear. Yeah, the people that get it are seeing it. The fight isn't with guns. I love my boy Brandon. I love training with him. I love that people are armed and understand training, and you know that if things do go down, you're okay. The war, guys, the war is familial, spiritual, and financial. It's all about labor forces and despair. And that's why it's so beautiful. This documentary is going to blow you away, guys. It's like seeing people drive from all over to put in work just because they see it. It's like work will set you free, and it's like family is everything. The people that had the kids the last 3 generations in California are now taking over. And it doesn't matter if they were bus boys and janitors, they now have the political power. Okay, next up we have...
Oh, sweet.
What hospital did your wife give birth that did not require mass testing? We are 7 weeks out from due date. She is high risk, and we cannot find the medical help that will accommodate. We were at Tacoma General. Every hospital doesn't require it, in my opinion. I don't know. Could it be allegedly? But yeah, I mean, Amy's high risk too because she has to have C-section. So it's like they don't care. If you're walking, like when I was walking into the hospital, they told me to wear a mask, but other than that, no one cared. I don't know. I mean, I can't answer it. I promise you it's better than you think it's going to be. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, my opinion is act like you're not going to be forced to do anything.
Exactly. Your fear will manifest it.
Yeah, they'll be like, you want another shot? You want to numb your... Like, they're there to sell you and do a bunch of stuff to you, but I think you just walk in and be like... Because they have to tend to you because that's their oath. And so tending to you doesn't mean, giving you tests that you don't comply with.
Thanks, buddy. Samantha says... Mentioned Blaze breakdown yesterday. Overheard as my mom watched. Basically described Army at a leftist play to weaken nations. There is no left or right. So that's just nonsense at this point. There's no like a hardcore right winger. Oh, this leftist. It's like there's just weak and strong in my opinion. What do you think, Jim Bob?
Yeah, I think that's it. Just weak and strong.
Westside Bear, happy birthday to the Big Bear. Thanks for what you do. Oh, thank you very much. That was nice. I am loving the Crush Fest going on at Ursa Rio. Also, happy belated birthday. Thank you, Pickle Bear. And last one here is happy 41st. Happy 41st. My wife and I will have biscuits and gravy today in honor of your birthday. I'm excited about what God has planned ahead for you and your family. You all and the Bears remain in our prayers. What does Jordan Peterson think about birthdays?
Well, I mean, it's not really for you, is it? It's always people saying happy birthday to you. And so you never wake up saying happy birthday to yourself. And it's like, is that even a day? It's like, it's not actually the birthday, It's like, but yes, it's good. But in another way,
no.
No. It's like, fuck.
Dude, we're doing this sketch where we're digging and Jordan Peterson just kept talking and I just kept trying to get Jordan Peterson to put in some work and he's like, but what? So Jordan, you're going to help shovel a little bit here?
Well, I mean, it's a giant spoon, isn't it? It's like you call it a shovel, but is it a shovel to a giant? No. It's a little tea. It's like one of those spoons that you crack the little egg with.
But Jordan, we're gonna need you to help dig this footer. Do you mind just like trying a little bit? We just gave you a bunch of lamb chops.
Yeah, I'm digging in philosophically. It's
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
Just let me think first. You can't just.
Ugh.
It's like I've got to know what I'm doing and know that it's valuable before I take any action forward.
Jordan, if we give you methamphetamines, will you dig?
Yes. That's probably my fastest answer.
We got here. Callisto, Wobbly, Moonbeam, good day. Oh, yeah, good to see all you guys. Oh, and thank you guys so much for having our back with the recent media blitz. You guys handled it perfectly. Just straighten out the record, gentle mockery, but don't be sarcastic. Don't be like, yeah, we're a paramilitary group, and we're going to hang the bees. Like, dude, you guys handled it awesome, and I'm so, grateful. It's like the way my wife handled it was awesome. It's like, this is absurd. Why don't you post something that actually helps people? I'm his wife. You guys just keep dragging us through the mud. Because, like, believe in your fellow man. Scared people are just weak people. They're not strong. Scared people are weak. Wait till you guys see. Whoa. Oh, God, I'm scared. Wait till you guys see what we build in Ursa Rio, and your fear will go away. Oh, it might be nice without your fake money. Look, we did it out of a P.O. box. Oh, and for the record, media, it's not a commercial place. And you did just kind of dox my address. I know it. I'm not scared of any of that. But it's like crazy what they did. I'm not mad. You know, it's a alleged pedophile in a wheelchair operating out of probably his mom's kitchen. You know, like the mainstream media now, guys, is like a crazy person's Facebook account. Don't give it any credibility. Me and Jim Bob were talking about that, where it's like, we're from the generation where we're like, oh my God, KTLA just said something about me. It's like, I have more reach on like any platform. I have more reach on Gab than they have reach in the whole world. And I've been kicked off like every platform like 8 times.
Yeah, it just has, they're starving.
There's nothing. They have nothing,
they're
guys.
So desperate.
All right. Might be nice. Love made by Jim Bob. Cloning of Barricade Garage, Jordan Peterson. He's right. It's awful. What's that?
Oh, because Barricade Garage is doing he's doing a Jordan Peterson.
But it's bad?
Yeah, but it's hilarious. It's like really funny.
He's like,
'Cause he
yo,
does-
man, Jordan Peterson.
No, it sounds like he's like, oh, I am Jordan Peterson. It's like
Indian?
So, yeah, it's like Indian Jamaican, and he's like, but he laughs it off. He like kind of.
Oh, dude, my Trump is terrible. People love it.
No, your Trump. Trump.
Are you kidding me, Jim Bob? No way. This does not actually sound like. Like, it's such a high. Well, I know what I'm doing an impression of Donald Trump's internal world.
Right.
Like, that isn't how he sounds. He's not like, really, get in here. Oh, my God. It's like, it's his internals.
It feels like
it feels right.
Yeah.
It feels right. But it doesn't, like, you know, like, when you do a good impression, you can, like, when you do Jordan Peterson, it literally sounds like
it's him suffering.
Yeah.
Fully.
Like, my Vince Vaughn sounds like
And
Vince Vaughn.
You're Obama, too.
Yep,
You
my
got
Obama.
You got a really good Obama.
Listen, we can do this, we can do that. People in wheelchairs, alleged pedophilia. They don't like me one bit. What are we going to do? Suck a dick, go to bed. Yeah, that does sound, but the Trump, nobody closes their eyes and is like, that's exactly what Trump sounds like.
Yeah.
But internally, this is him. Because he's Zoolander. He's not Hitler. He's fucking Derek Zoolander. He's like, I am the best boy in the world at bringing everyone the cure. It's like, Derek, what's the cure? He's like, the cure's in our hearts. I don't fucking know. That's exactly why he sounds like in my head. Yeah. He's like, Hillary, down, girl. Because he like does it. When he does this with his hand, what he's doing is he's like trying to make a point. He's like trying to be like, this is exactly it. He's like, hey, Hillary, down, girl. And everyone's like, oh my God, he just compared Hillary Clinton to a dog. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is like, come on, man, we're going to put you back in chains. I was like, oh, no way. Dude, Joe Biden yesterday joked that he was going to run over the media with his electric car. He's like, get out of the way, we're going to run you over. And everyone's like, oh, Joe, you're so great. No way those chairs are the same height.
No. Well, no. They're
Pretty close. Jim Bob, get in here. Jim Bob, get in here. They're playing my song. I miss the rain down in Africa. Oh, Jesus, I'm squirting. All right. Hi, Owen. Blessed be you and your livestock. Your live stream was in something me get through the pandemic. You are the most sincere person I've listened to and a top comedian. You hear that? I'm writing to spill some gravy on a subject you mentioned in a previous stream. Someone has written asking about the right brain, left brain theory. Do you feel like the gravy needs to be ladled?
Sure.
When I play piano, the right hand feels much more creative and expressive. Meanwhile, my left hand is playing the bass notes and is responsible for instilling order. Dude, I've done a whole stream on this. You kidding me, bro? Dude, the left hand is the order. Dude, you're exactly right. I've done entire piano streams on this exact topic. Rhythm and structure, exactly. That's why Canon D is the perfect wedding song, because it's two voices, the male and the female, doing the rhythm, the structure, and then the heart takes you off, but you have the dun 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 dun, and it's a timeless loop of everything that's good and true in the world. And then it's the signature of your life. Mind-blowingly good shit. All right, the left hand is imperative to a song's something, and without it, your right hand has no leader and floats out of control. Yeah, exactly. Ironically, the right is actually the feminine more than the, what would that, yeah, the left is the masculine, in my opinion, like the bass that holds it down day in, day out, works, authority, all that stuff. And then the more rhythmically consistent and strong the rhythm is of the man, the more the right hand of the elevated woman's heart can just fly and soar. I know it sounds a little GAY, but it's true. Cod just said he's right behind the laptop. Yeah, Cod's sitting right there.
Polar Bear was asking.
Polar Bear's wondering where you were? He's probably trying to get to those watermelon in the greenhouse.
It was weird. You read it faster than
But yeah, we're going to do that soon, buddy. The left side, masculine, or that's this guy's getting it. Listen to this. Similar to when you said women are more creative, I agree with you, in that the right side is the more feminine one. The left side, masculine order, while the other's feminine creativity and expression. This guy's getting it. Everyone's getting it. Forgive my handwriting, for I am an old Zoomer. I hope you find some joy in this letter. If not, at least enjoy a little gravel for your babble. Ivory Bar Bear. Yeah.
I was looking at that. I was wondering like what side of the brain was.
I have bad
responsible-
handwriting too. Yeah.
What's responsible for handwriting?
His
They
handwriting
all
is
kind of
terrible.
write like you.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. But yeah, I've always thought that the feminine, when given the structure of the masculine, is very creative and very joyously elevated.
Melodic.
Yeah, it's like, how happy is Amy? Like being around Amy, isn't she
Joy-
like, it's
she's
like
joy.
she's like the joy, like
Pure joy.
like being around Amy is like pure joy.
episode 455, the order of.
Episode 455, The Order of Music. Check it out, everybody. Shake the camera, Cod? No, don't you dare touch the camera. He'll get his hand slapped. He knows it. It's been awesome having the guys here. How does it feel staying in a 600 square foot barn?
It's awesome.
Everybody's having a good time. You hear that, Wheeland? I've had a double circumcision on my finger here. Cod, can you open this? Like, because of this, I'm, you see
Ooh,
that?
Yeah.
It reopened today while I was working on stuff. Putting mud and sap on it really does help. It helps more than anything you're going to get at one of those grab or convenience stores. Jim Bob looks really snappy, sweet beard based face, I mean.
Ooh, it's heavy.
You mean Dan Balzerian over here?
I got his shorts on too.
I'm wearing cutoff shorts today. I'm wearing cutoff cargos.
Yeah, I wore.
I
Those,
can open it,
I
it's
wore
fine.
little shorts and
Thank you,
got
Coddington.
got obliterated by Owen for a whole day. But then I wake up,
He was wearing
I'm
cutoff
drinking
jean shorts.
drinking coffee, and out he comes in his little cargo shorts.
My pockets are just weighing down with like sparkles and glitter. All right, what is this? Ooh, we got a little bit of copper with a B on it. Kyneton, inspect the metal. That's a new element we can do.
See if That's
All right.
You want me to chew on it?
You got to bite it to make sure. We can split it, Jim Bob.
Oh, jeez.
There you go. Thank you for the gravel for our babble. Keep it away from Kyneton. He feels owed. Dear Owen, just wanted to drop you a line to say hi and send some supplies to the front lines at work on Ursa Rio commences. I was one of the special boy donors. Wish I could have gone to help, but couldn't get the time off, being that at the post office we submit. Yeah, dude, the post office is keeping America going. Anyway, post office gets it. No schizophrenic heroin addicts from like comment sections can intimidate the post office. They're like, no, we're the post office. Why don't you go ahead and call Airbnb? I've been kicked off. What's this? What's it say?
Decentralized consensus. Interesting.
Oh, how dare they? Dude, there's some definite gravy here. Had I gone, I definitely would have been your fellow water boy. Oh no, we hooked up a whole generator where we're pulling water. I'm not gonna say now. The internet's too insane.
Yep.
Our water situation is incredible, and we'll leave it at that. Your fellow water boy, grunt work being my main construction skill. Yeah, well, we've been moving a lot of cement bags, 80 pounders. Even less Scrabble than Liberty. Yeah. I cannot wait for the 3-day weekend. Major at work burnout. Nice. I know you don't accept Bitcoin or other cryptos, but I enclosed one Bitcoin and one Litecoin. I think you'll find taking.
That's what these are.
Is this an actual Bitcoin?
In copper form.
Oh no, it's more valuable in copper form. Swear to God, it's more valuable in copper form. On this subject, I'll relay a strong about a coworker who borrowed $9,000 from his retirement account to buy Bitcoin when it was around $9,000. He's been holding and bragging incessantly to everyone's annoyance. Dude, they brag so much. All the way up, and now that it's crashing, he is ragging at Elon Musk. Oh yeah, it's daddy's fault. It's always daddy's fault. Fretting over his losses even though he's still way up. Oh, I know. It's just nonsense. Basically, he's watching a graph representation of his own endocrine system that he's given over to like a retard. Dude, I know people who know Elon Musk well. I'm just going to straight out whittle some gravy. He's kind of like a retard. He's like cool in a way. Like he's like a bit of a junkie, allegedly, could it be? I now know a lot about libel laws. Could it be he pulls his dick off and eats it every day? But he's like kind of like retarded. He's like, so can we make fake money? And people are like, sure. He's just feeding greed. For sure, retard with money. Yeah. I told him a while back to at least take the initial 9,000 off the table, but the rest let it ride. But he's a true believer in math and is holding to infinity. I bet he's always holding his dick to infinity too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I was very literal. Everyone knows what I'm saying. Dude also has 20,000 in credit card debt. Oh my God, what an idiot. He's not paying off his credit card debt. He's holding his crypto. What a retard. 9,000 at 9,000. Unreal. What a dumb dipshit. Some people are hard to figure out. No, he's very easy to figure out. Do you have any thoughts on what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. I'll end with a dollop of gravy and a simple suggestion for bears who want to keep a steady stream of donations flowing to your P.O. box. First, Elon Musk, lone scum. Yeah, it's lone scum. In Werner von Braun's 1935 book titled Project Mars, A Technical Tale, the name of the leader of humans on Mars is, you guessed it, Elon. Second, many bears are busy and addressing stamping envelopes is enough of a hassle that it may prevent some letters from being sent. So if and when bears have a little downtime, they can sit down and pre-address 5, 10, 15, or however many envelopes they choose to you. Buy a sheet of stamps to prepay postage, and then simply toss in a little grabble and or a message for you around the first of every month. Or whenever they feel, I love this guy. Whenever they feel the urge. Okay, take care. Hope the work at Ursa Rio is going well. Sincerely, Shawnee Bear. P.S. I think a wide-ranging convo debate between you and Stefan Malini would make for an excellent episode on UATV. I don't think so. One of the bears wrote to me. They go, I popped my little head into a Malini episode, and he believes in COVID. He believes in the vax. He's scared of nuclear bombs, and he's a diehard cryptocurrency guy. He thinks God's a made-up fairy tale, and he blames everything on the government. Like, what would we debate?
It'd be a pretty stale conversation.
It would be,
You
yeah.
would say something, and then you would be like, I mean, kind of. Not really.
Yeah, he'd be like,
every 3 sentences.
like he'd just say stuff, and I'd be like, "What? Are you serious?"
We should bring him out to build with us.
I'd love to have him out to build. He'd be like, "My friends, the left goes in the anus, the right grips the shaft. My friends, did you spank?" Like, Steph, will you just shovel a little dirt? Did you spank your child? Tell me now. If I'm not on YouTube, how am I supposed to get my money? Okay, this is from Bowler Bear. A few bucks for Jim Bob to get some extra denim so you don't have to throw him off the roof.
Nice.
We do have a Muslim at the build that's been eyeing Jim Bob's shorts.
That's hilarious.
He's like, when do we do it?
As soon as there's a roof built, we know who's going off of it.
Jim Bob's got to leave tomorrow because he doesn't want to be here when the roof's here.
Yeah.
All right, Barrett Luigi. Oh, hey, media, we're just kidding.
Joking.
They're like, that isn't a joke at all. Oh my God, so it was a dark and stormy night, and Jim Bob is gay.
Dragon.
The dragon comes from the castle. Dude, it's exhausting. But, I mean, the good news is about that is, like, about, 10,000 people just witnessed the media embarrass themselves to a degree. Dude, because I know a lot of people in this community. Amy knows a lot of people in this community. Like, this is a small enough community where the newspaper, you read it and you go, that's not, Owen and Amy are not white supremacist cult leaders with a paramilitary. Like, you mean Grandpa Jack? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Paraplegic Bear says, you're doing a lot of wheelchair bathing, but since you made the greenhouse with wheelchair accessible paths for me, I'm going to let it slide. Oh, Jesus. Wow, that was very generous for you, Paraplegic. You gave me $33. I know that's probably going to shorten your lube supply for this month. All right, Best Ever 1313 says, I always have your back, BB. Was wondering if Obama and Jordan Peterson could briefly debate the gender wage gap. Sure. Do we want to do the gender wage? Does anyone have another thing we should debate, or is gender wage gap?
It'll just turn into something else anyway.
77 cents on the dollar. How hard is it to pay a fair way to a woman?
Well, I mean, it depends on what year we're speaking of. Today, there is no gender gap because there are no genders.
Wow.
Checkmate, bitch.
I'm checking my teleprompter now. How hard is it to not be a Nazi?
Well, it's apparently very difficult. In today's society, that word is overused, and that's not to say that it's not, like something that's real in the world, but to overuse it and to call me that specifically is reprehensible.
Dude, you just kind of blew my mind with the gender thing. That's like a huge checkmate.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I know there's no gender. Look at my wife. That's a big black man with a big black dick. Look at him.
Well, I mean, that's what you call it. I mean, you can, now you have the freedom to call it whatever you want when it hits you in the face.
This is getting metaphysical.
Yes.
All right, what else do you want to see Obama debate Jordan Peterson on? I mean, they're both the same, like, kind of snake, so they almost, like, agree on everything. Do we got more Super Chats, Scott?
Yes. 2 in a row. Send them over.
Can you send them over and then grab my mail off my table in the kitchen? Is that cool? Thanks, buddy.
I was thinking about that crypto guy he was describing.
Yeah.
And crypto, it's like, I imagine like someone betting on a horse, right? You're at a horse race and you bet on the horse and then it wins, but instead of ending the race and just getting your winning and going to the exchange,
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah!
It's still going!
You just keep screaming every time it comes around.
And then the horse jumps over the track and just rapes you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, by the way, I've changed my mind about the vaccine. It turns out it's doing a lot of great work for everybody. Here's a quick update on how the V has been working on people. There's a fairly well-known actress out of Hollywood. Let's see what she's up to since taking the vaccine.
So this is my half face. After reading all of
I'll meet you
your
guys there.
beautiful, beautiful messages. Thank you. Obviously, tear ducts work in both eyes with Bell's palsy, which is good because as you can see, blinking does not automatically happen on the left side. So these are all fun facts that I'm learning and will share with everyone. Yeah, I'll show you my eye patch next. It's fun.
Unwilling to put together a very obvious correlation. It's like, no, that's not related.
I'm starting to understand the favorability to masks.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
that's a
just cover up.
fantastic cover.
Exactly. And also, I'm starting to like really root for these V's to go out. Like, I think Mike Whelan should take like a bunch of vaccines.
Did you get the 2 super chats?
I know, check them out. The editor from a newspaper that literally just posted unlimited lies. And then we like sent a legal document to him. And it turns out like the libel laws, I'm cool with it. I like America's free speech. It's all good. But if you just say allegedly, you can literally say anything, and that unless you prove damages, which is like impossible to do. Like, think about the damages I've faced from being kicked off YouTube. Like millions of dollars.
That's why I'm so skeptical about the whole thing, because the amount of times they use allegedly made me think like, well, this is just like a masterful, basically a plant. This is a bear who knows that's going to help you.
I think they were trying to sell hoodies. Unbearablesmerchandise.com. Oh, and if you want to support the stream, P.O. Box 490 Sandpoint, Idaho 83864. Okay. B Bear, been a while. Sorry about that, but I will never forget the Big Bear. Always remember that. Hey, look at the newspaper clipping I found. It's the actual Carl Brown. But his name, oh, dude, someone posted that. They're like, Owen's not racist. Ask Carl Brown. I'm like, I'm loving it. All right, love, I'll see you guys there. We'll leave in about 10 minutes. It's Mountain Bear. Yeah, Mountain Bear, you're going to want to watch this one. This has been a real funny episode. It'll be available at unauthorized.tv, bitchute.com/Owen Benjamin Comedy, odyssey.com/
@OwenBenjamin7.
Owen Benjamin something. I don't know how to get to that one. But Odyssey is going to be a place we're going to start streaming regularly. Yeah, and then the Telegram, anywhere you get it, and then all the mirror channels on YouTube. Our overall numbers aren't going down at all despite deplatformings. Like,
Yeah,
right?
It just shifts to alt tech.
It just shifts to alt tech, and Unauthorized has been doing amazing. All right, so anyway, it's the actual Carl Brown. How cool is that? And his profile is exactly that of Carl Brown. Hardworking, honest, upstanding member of community, beloved figure in town, has 5 kids. Hope you and your family are good. Big Bear hug to you all. In-flight Bear. Georgie, come here. God, can you go try and get George with food?
Yeah.
Thanks. Where is Carl Brown? Mom with boy with autism helps raise $35,000. Beloved school custodian. Look at Carl Brown there crushing. He's like, my name's Carl Brown. Come on, Georgie, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, Big George. I got him. He's good. All right, let's get the final super chats. Oh, no, we got maybe one more piece of one more letter, and then final super chats. You want to send them over?
Can you open your OBS? Just slide your window over slightly. You've got a black pane you've had for like months.
Oh, yeah. Is it pissing everyone off?
Not really. It's just figure I'd take advantage of the opportunity.
Thank you. Can you open that envelope I just gave you? All right. Georgie boy, yeah. Sup, Wobbly Papa Bunny, BB. Good to see you, Mom Bear. I can't wait to see the new cartoon. Apparently, Mom Bear's new cartoon is like the funniest one he's ever done. Allegedly, could it be? Dude, if you just say allegedly in America, you can say anything you want. It's great. All right, I'm holding George, so I might be a little off screen. Big Bear, I think you might be really onto something when it comes to the correlation between poor nutrition and World Health officials. Oh, yeah, dude. The starvation is nutrition. Oh, thanks, God. It's not food. You're not going to have... He's okay. You're not going to have empty bellies. You're going to have no nutrition. All right. But I must warn your audience that under no circumstances should they Google search Health Minister of Belgium. Oh, I bet that's amazing. I mean, if they just eat the waffles and maybe. Additionally, at first I had a hard time understanding what you had to say about the dinosaurs. Oh, that's another thing, dude. People are like the children in adult bodies that run the media.
Holy fuck.
They hate that. Oh my
That's
God.
real. That's real.
Yeah, Cod's putting it in Telegram. They
Just threw up in my mouth a little.
they hate that I don't believe in dinosaurs. They're like, but what about my PJs I'm wearing right now? They're covered in brontosaurus. You know they took back Brontosaurus. It's not a real dinosaur anymore, allegedly. Guys, none of them are fucking real. There's no dinosaurs. There was never dinosaurs. Guys, you want to see the health minister of Belgium? Here we go.
Oh man.
Jabba Wanaruki.
Like, dude, what is this reality? Like, what? Seriously, guys, I'm getting this is a little trippy. Like, what is this reality? Sorry for being trippy. I'll pump the brakes. But like,
Han Solo.
how is that a health minister?
Solo Uta.
Guys, for those of you just listening, it's one of the most morbidly obese people I've ever seen. Like, she makes Ralphie May look like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
That's the health minister. That's hilarious. All right. Additionally, at first I had a hard time understanding what you had to say about the dinosaurs, but after Carl Brown explained to me which dinosaur had 500 teeth, it all became clear. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Enclosed, you will find the annual interest payment for the Baby Boomer Ducks Roth IRA. Thank you. It was very generous. I tried to advise them to reinvest it. However, they insisted they needed the cash so that they could stop ducking their bills.
Nice.
Nice one. How dare you, Brannigan Bear. Excellent. All right, any final super chats, Kyneton? Entropy streamed out live /app/Owen Benjamin Comedy. Make your voice heard, because I got to get out of here. I'm only at 21%. We got to go watch my boy play some T-ball.
The last two that had another request for the impression.
No. Hit me with them.
I can just read it.
Yeah, just read it.
Jim Bob and BB, that's worth an Illuminati confirmed. Onward, $33. Dildo Dawkins, can you explain to Pope Corky your view on whether Down syndrome people's lives are worth living?
Okay, if the Pope had Down syndrome, Pope Corky, and he's Richard Dawkins, Dildo Dawkins. I just want to play I just want to be alive, Richard.
Well, I mean, you can be alive. The question isn't whether you have worth or not. It's whether what worth are you. That is something I can say arbitrarily. Yeah.
But why do you think you have more worth than me?
Well, I mean,
I make people smile. You make people feel terrible.
Well, I mean, look at my accolades. Look at the books I've written. I've got one, God Delusion. I've got two, your gaudy god's not real. I've got three, I don't believe in spaghetti monsters.
Why
What
do
have you- what
women
have you
keep
done?
accusing you of touching them when they go pee-pee?
What do you mean where they go pee-pee?
Apparently women think that you grope their vaginas, allegedly. But if there's no God, then how are we here?
I mean, that's absurd. To think that God necessitates all of existence. You stupid retard.
No, but people call me a retard, but you make no sense whatsoever.
Well, that may be true, but you have no pull and no leverage. I know people. I've eaten people like you.
I'm literally the Pope of the Catholic Church. All right, I got some more super chats.
Oh, I forgot that part.
Okay, Carl Brown may be black, but when he stands next to white people, they look black. Okay, Pickle Bear, thank you. Content, of course, to keep crushing, thank you. Hey, Legend, stoked to see Rio. Hopeful this fall or next spring. Slamming busy with painting business, and I just tore a muscle in my leg. I sound freaking awesome. Onwards. Thank you, 2 Acre North D-Bear. Nickel Bear here from Bertaria and Montgomery, Texas. Thank you for everything. All three of you do. Onward. Oh, dude, so that's going to do it for today, especially for the super chats. I just want to land this plane. Unauthorized.tv. Let's just do one more. As long as we got Jim Bob here, give me one more in the chat. Give us 2 characters. I want to be Ira, obviously. So I'm going to be Ira. Who do you want him to be, and what do you want us to talk about? 18%. Oh, when it gets low, it goes so fast. I'm going to...
I reverse Shapiro.
Ira Shapiro.
No, but they just agree on everything. All right. Pope Corky got... All right, so Shapiro... Oh, so you want Shapiro and Ira? Ben Shapiro and Ira. Okay, so what are they talking about? Ira and Shapiro would hate each other. Yeah. Because they're so similar. Let's get Ira and just give me something. JLP trying to hit on Ira. Is JLP? Hang on, Jesse Lee Peterson. Can you do Jesse?
No.
We don't do Jesse Lee Peterson. Trump and Obama on dinosaurs.
I don't
Do you want to? Do you do Obama or Trump?
Nah, I do shit both of those.
Do you want to do? I'll be Trump doing dinosaurs, and you be Jordan Peterson on dinosaurs. Do you want to believe in them or not believe in them?
Well, that's
No, I'll believe in them. Jordan, dinosaurs are fucking crazy real, okay?
well, they're real in your head, just like the dragon is real in mine. You know, it's like I understand why you would think such a thing is real, but you'd have to be honest about how the retroactive interpolation of data is actually what is actually presenting them to you.
My favorite Stegosaurus. Did you know that Stegosaurus can eat all fucking day long, Pelosi?
Well, I mean, that's like, how do you know that? And the question is, how do we know anything? Some people say, oh, they're like large dragon lizards, and it's like we know what those are. But the other thing is they're closely related to birds, so it says. And it's like, why isn't Jurassic Park filled with feathers?
Well, if you want me to talk about how you know something, I'll tell you what, dinosaurs are real. I married one and she fucks me right in my ass.
Well, I mean, that's probably privileged information. I'm happy that you're open about that, And I've definitely experienced something similar. I'm not sure what it was, but it happened.
Oh, geez, the dinosaurs are real. Imagine the big dicks on them. Wanna know why they went extinct? Because they wouldn't let us clip their massive fucking brontosaurus dicks. Oh, Jesus, the brontosaurus dicks.
Well, the story goes that they met their end, and it wasn't man, it was nature, and it's like there's this place where like.
Keep going. Sorry for laughing. Keep going.
There's a place where outer space meets the story of where we are in the material, and it's like, it's going to happen to us just like it happened to those giant lizard people. And yes, it hurts.
Listen, it's okay you're crying, Jordan. I cry too sometimes. One time, I was doing a nookie cookie with Justin Trudeau, and I started tearing up. I got on my plane, I got out. What do you think, trunk? I don't cry, okay? I crush it, I sell it, I wax off it. If it's okay with fucking Nancy Pelosi.
It's like I think about the nookie cookie, and it's like, I could only imagine that that's a move, it's like something very intimate, like where the two brownie stars meet, as one.
Yo, Jesus, I own the patent for that cookie. Every time you talk about it, you gotta give me a nickel. Put a nickel in my dirty hand, you piece of shit. Jordan Peterson, you Canadian fuckface.
That's totally reasonable.
Oh, Jordan, you make me fucking sick. We pumped you so full of methamphetamines in Russia, and now you're slobbering back all over our big dicks, our big clip dicks. Oh, Jesus, dinosaurs are real. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Unauthorized.tv, P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho 83864. BeartariTimes.com, UnbearableSmedia.com, Beartari Times app, wherever you get your apps. Jim Bob, where can people find you, and how can people support your wonderful work?
Made by Jim Bob at Instagram, and then I post all my lives to Made by Jim Bob at YouTube on the YouTube, and then you can still order my book, Volume 3, still available at madebyjimbob.com.
Someone made you a telegram also.
Someone made Jim Bob a telegram. We don't know who that is, though, do we?
I don't know who it is, but I don't think they're against me.
But it's still alleged.
Yeah, I have an alleged telegram.
Oh, and if you want to get the great, by the way, when you're being attacked by the global media for no reason, there is nothing better than to be wearing an allegedly shirt, because it makes you laugh. They're like, allegedly as a paramilitary army of bears. It's like, dude, the word allegedly is a spell breaker. All right, guys, be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruity and bull guy, and we'll see you soon.